What's up, guys? This is Deerman97 here, and I would like to talk to you about my thoughts on the next generation of gaming, more specifically the PlayStation 4, and why I have chosen that to be my next console. So the game you see playing here is called Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and it was in the PlayStation Store for $20, $19.99, no tax, you know. And it's a great game. It's it's in the medieval era. So you got some dwarves and stuff like that. You got orcs and supernatural powers and stuff like that. But the combat is my favorite part about the game. The combat is it's so fun. Just you see an enemy over there, you just want to go beat the crap out of it because it's so fun to use the combat in this game. But let's get on to it. And the first thing I would like to talk about is the PlayStation 4's features. Now, a lot of these features were shown off at the conference in February, which I do have uploaded to my channel in a 22-part series. But they've released more information last week at Gamescom2013 with their conference there. Alright, now the first thing I want to talk about is Twitch. A lot of people are making a big deal about this. Twitch being live streamed to the PlayStation 4. Honestly, it's a cool idea, and I'm glad they're doing this because people like me who are just starting off, they play video games and they want to do a career about it. And they want to get themselves out there, so they might live stream or something like that. And with streaming has become popular over the past few years as more and more people have learned about it. And mainly, I watch live streams for conferences, like gameplay on conferences. Like I just recently finished watching an hour's worth of Battlefield 4 gameplay on their new map. Parcel Storm, which is a really cool map, by the way. I'll get to that later, or at least BF4 later. So yeah, I think Twitch would be an awesome thing. It's just one of the problems that I have with it. If you're gonna be shipping basically a Twitch account and full access to Twitch, and just at the press of the share button, which is on the controller. Gonna make it easier than ever to just press that button, boom, you're live streaming. And I think it would get harder to find good content because there'd be so many things of like let's say Call of Duty Ghosts for reference. I'm not a fan of Call of Duty, but there's just an example. So let's say you type in, you want to find one of your favorite live streamers that some friend told you about, and you type in Call of Duty or something like that, and you go to watch, and there's just thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people playing Call of Duty, and you're gonna have to sort through all of those. At least maybe you might not have to look at every single one of them, but if you know the guy's name, yeah, I'm sure there's like a little search bar. I haven't been on Twitch that much. I'll usually just follow links to go there. But like if you just want to watch someone play Call of Duty, you're gonna have to sort through a lot of stuff. But I still think it's a good idea though. So hopefully that the more people, because if they might add like, this is mainly for consoles. I'm not talking about the website. I know the website has this, but if like the people who get watched more often, once they start live streaming, they'll be automatically at the top, and the more people that watch, the higher it'll be. So you can like sort by popularity. That'd be nice. So alright, next is the friends list, which has been upgraded to 2,000 friends. And the Xbox One only has 1,000 friends, but the PlayStation 4 has 2,000. And honestly, I don't even have the max amount, so which is 100 on PlayStation 3. But the only thing I could see this being a problem is YouTubers, big YouTubers like PewDiePie, Rooster Teeth, White Boy 7th Street, people like that, because you get 1,000 people on your friends list, you're gonna get messages non-stop. And if you don't have, if it's like what it is on the PlayStation 3, if you don't have already the max amount of people, you're gonna be getting messages, people wanting to be on your friends list a lot if you don't get to the max amount. So it kind of forces you to get 2,000 people. I don't know, they might have something to work it out. Honestly, I don't know. Alright, next, the specs, and I do have a little printout here. So the specs, we'll start off with the main processor, and this it is more powerful than the Xbox One, ever so slightly, yeah, but every little bit makes a difference. So we're gonna start off with the main processor here. Single chip custom processor. The CPU, low power x86 64 AMD Jaguar, 8 cores, so that's an 8 core. The GPU, 1.84 teraflops, and I think the Xbox One is like 1.22 teraflops. Not sure. Don't fact check me on that. AMD Radeon graphics core next engine. Now, the memory, this is where the biggest difference in between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 is that PlayStation 4 has GDDR5, 8 gigabytes of memory, and the Xbox One has GDDR3. Now, I'm not a tech nerd, computer freak, but I do know that those extra 2 numbers right there, I do know that makes a difference. And maybe draw distance. I don't know. But and the hard disk drive, it's built in. Hasn't been confirmed yet that they might have removables. I don't know. Maybe USB save files and stuff like that. Optical drive BD6X CAV and DVD 8X CAV. They also have USB 3.0. The Xbox One does not have Bluetooth, which that is that's a big thing to maybe communicate with your PlayStation 4. Since they don't have voice controls like the Kinect with the Xbox. Bluetooth 2.1, and you got the output is HDMI. It is 4K supported. I have not seen a 4K TV. I honestly don't know how good that looks and stuff like that. But I assume it's pretty good. And there's a lot more specs, but like I said, if I went into it in any more detail, I wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe, and along with some of the viewers, but the user interface. Next subject, user interface. Big thing at the Gamescom conference. They started off, horrible cameraman, by the way, because they didn't zoom in on the screen to where you could see it'd be full screen. So the cameraman basically just floated outside, and you can kind of catch glimpses, but you couldn't catch details. So you start off, there's a dude sitting in a chair. I think it's Shuji Yoshida, I think, who was in the chair. And he's on stage, and this is at the start of the conference. And he basically, it looks like he just turns on the PlayStation 4, even though it doesn't like boot up or anything like that. So it was probably just in sleep mode or standby mode, which is a new thing. And he goes to Killzone Shadowfall, which is a new game. It looks really cool. Played a few of the Killzone games. I'm not a diehard fan of them, but I do have a lot of fun whenever I do play them. They are great games. So he goes to that, and it says he goes to to see which friends that are playing that, and he goes to this one friend, and I guess he has it activated to where you can see video of him, like gameplay of him, kind of like a live stream, but maybe only to his friends, or maybe it's to everybody. I don't know. And he has like a little, he has a face cam up at the top corner. You can see him playing. And there's like a little chat box over to the side where people can chat with him, kind of like your own little personal live stream, which is cool, by the way. I'd like to do that, try that out. And at the bottom of the screen, there's a button that says Join Game. And he presses Join Game. It takes about 4 to 5 seconds to get him into the match. It pulls up Killzone Shadowfall, gets him into the multiplayer match within like 5 seconds. And he just pops up right next to him with the custom glass out and starts fighting right alongside the dude that he was just watching. It was kind of like he went into the video, and that was cool. Xbox, your move. So that I'm really looking forward to that. And the UI, it looks like the PlayStation Store, the new version of it. It looks like the modern version of that. And it looks like they've kind of streamlined it a little bit. They still have the XMB, but I think they call it the XMB 2.0 now. And sorry if I say a lot. It's kind of a thing. But next we have graphics. The graphics, like I said, are 4K supported, and the Xbox One's 4K supported. It's kind of the same there, but it's still it's a step up. I mean, there's not really that much past 1080p, but yeah, apparently there's 4K now, and I don't think 4K is going to be that big of a deal because not a lot of people have 4K TVs. I think that's a new thing. But I'm pretty sure Sony has a few 4K TVs that are either on the market recently or have not been released yet. Alright, so another thing about the user interface and about the PS4 is downloads. It's kind of being handled differently, and a lot of people are making a big deal about this, and I'm making a big deal about it too. That's why I'm talking about it. You can download a game. I don't know, this is kind of like, but what if it's like, but how would you be able to do that? What if it's like a free roam game? Would it have to, what would it download first? I have no clue. I have no clue what it's going to do. But you can play that game while it's being downloaded. Like, I can understand if it's like a linear game, like, the game I'm playing right now, you'd be able to do the first mission as it's downloading, and like while it can kind of like build on, or let's say a single player only campaign, you're doing that, and it loads each level at a time, and I imagine the download rate's going to be way faster than they ever have been. And another thing that they're doing with the they're doing this thing called upgrading. Microsoft has come out and said that they're going to charge $10 to upgrade your game from the current generation to the new generation. So, but Sony has confirmed this too, that it's going to happen on the PlayStation 4 too, but they haven't exactly said the price. They said significantly less. I don't know what that means. It could mean $1, it could mean $5, it could mean $20. But depending on like the original price of the game, of course. But you got let's say Battlefield 4. That is you can pre-order that on the PlayStation Store right now. You get that, day one comes out, October 29th happens. You download that, and then November 15th happens, or whenever you get your PlayStation 4, you get on that. You go to the store. It's like, oh hey, would you like to upgrade Battlefield 4 to the PlayStation 4 version for such and such amount of money? And you'd be like, yeah. So that's cool. So you won't have to buy two $60 games. And that's what I was kind of worried about, was going to having to wait on Battlefield 4. So that's about all the PlayStation 4's main features. If I haven't talked about... Oh, whoa. Almost didn't talk about something. I caught myself there. So, One of the main things that I'm excited about is the fact that you can take control of other people's controls. Kind of like you can do on Skype, kind of like screen share. So let's say my friend Type A Soldier, he's having trouble with a boss, which he usually does. No offense, Zach. He's having trouble with a boss. I've beaten the boss. It's an easy boss to me. And he's like, "Oh, dude, help me, please. I can't beat this boss. I'm raging." Bleh. I go to him and we do this little screen sharing thing. I don't really know the process. They haven't shown off the process. I'm not sure how it happens, but basically, I'm able to beat the boss for him, and I can see that. And some people would ask, like, well, people could hack me and stuff like that. The person, I do know this, that the person that is in control, like if I'm playing on Zach's, his controller is still active, so anything that he does, like if he touches the controller, it will basically shut off connection with my controller, and it'll make me stop being able to control him. So that's a good idea. Good idea. Alright, and one of the new things that they're announcing, I'm not a big fan of, but then again I am. It's kind of like one of those things that you have to love and you have to hate at the same time, is that they're going to have to start charging for multiplayer. Yes, I know, we've been freeloading multiplayer off Sony for a while now. And I do think that's what I hate about it, because that was a big thing that the PlayStation 3 had. It's like, well, why should I move over from Xbox? I mean, I got perfect multiplayer and stuff like that. Well, you can save money and buy more games with the money that you would be spending to play the multiplayer. Unless, of course, all you play is Call of Duty. And then if so, don't watch this, because it's going to make you mad. But because I'm not going to talk about why it's going to make you mad. I'm not going to talk anything about Call of Duty Ghosts. Screw that game. Hate that game. It's stupid. But I really hope that they're gonna use the PlayStation Plus money for a good thing. I really do, because because Sony's kind of been losing money on the multiplayer stuff, honestly. And I think it's a good idea, but not a big fan of it. But then again, I am. Next subject, controller. What I really like about the controller is it just looks so cool. It looks modern. I love to see what games would do with the touchpad integration. Because the touchpad integration, that's just like, I know what Infamous Second Son is. What they're doing with it. There's like a little scanner that scans to see if you're a conduit, which is kind of like the superpowered people of the game. And basically you stick your finger on the touchpad, and that's whenever he's scanning his finger too. It's kind of just a little thing of integration. It's cool. But I would love to see like what other games would do with that. A lot of people have commented about, the people that have used the controller said how easy it is to switch from the touchpad from the joysticks. So I'm excited for the controller. I think it looks cool and more streamlined. The light bar in the back, I really want to know more about that. I know a little bit about it, like that it means that you can see what your health is. Like something happens in game and it goes to your light bar. They haven't really specified that it's going to be used much for motion control. Maybe for like a stand-in for the PlayStation Move controller, so you don't have to buy the Move. But you can just use the new PlayStation Eye for it. I would like to see that. Oh yeah, and split screens, like you and your buddy switch places on the couch, then boom, the split screens will change. That'd be neat. And alright, so let's get on to the subject of games. And some of the games it's definitely games showing goes to Sony. Sony has definitely exploited that. There's like indie, and I'm okay with that. Not all indie games are just kind of like boring and just another side scroller. I do see a lot of side-scroller indie games, but they're all fun to play. But I would rather use my money on a more AAA title. But that's everybody, unless you're a strictly indie gamer. But Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1, those were indie games. Journey and stuff like that. Like, not every single developer has the talent of Borderlands, Journey, and stuff like that. But it's always fun just to play little knick-knack games every now and then. Just kind of like chill and relax, not always shooting people in the face and cutting people's heads off with lightsabers and stuff like that. So, I'm going to read some of the games. I'm not going to read all of them, like more the lesser-known indie games. I'm going to read some of the big ones and the games that I'm most excited about. Alright, so here's some of the titles. Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Boo, The Crew. Looks interesting. I would love to try it. I like racing games. I'm okay with racing games. I've always been a fan of those. So I like to see how exactly big the map is. That's what I'm really enjoy about that. Destiny, by far the coolest game I've seen in a long time, because it's so cool, just that single player, co-op, and multiplayer, like massively multiplayer, integrated into one game. Like me and my friends are gonna have so much fun on that game, and we're all gonna get it when it comes out in 2014. Kind of a bummer that it's gonna be coming out that far into the future, but I'll have Battlefield 4 to occupy me. The Division, holy crap! Also, really really wanting that game. Really wish they could be released at launch. Those two. Final Fantasy 15. I've never really played any of the Final Fantasy games. I've heard they're good. I heard a lot of good things about them, but they're just not really my type of games. Dead Rising for the PlayStation or for the Xbox One. I've played a Dead Rising game before. I had fun with it, and I know a lot of people really like that game. So, not gonna bash it. Minecraft for the Minecraft 2 for the Xbox One, and Minecraft for the PlayStation 4, which I'm excited about. I would love to play Minecraft. I've played a little bit of it, only on the phone though. So, Mirror's Edge 2. They haven't really released a general release date for this, not even like a year. So they just say when it's ready. NBA games, your standard sports games. Some of the indie games I'm really looking forward to is Volume. Volume looks like I love music games. Music games just, I don't know, they're chill. Fez. I know there's a lot of controversy going on with the developer of Fez, but Fez is a really cool game. I have played that game. It's mind-blowing. Changing your perspectives like that. Guns of Icarus Online. We saw a little teaser of that at Gamescom2013. That looked interesting. I would love to give it a try. Star Wars Battlefront. I've been a fan of the Battlefront series for a long time, ever since the PlayStation, ever since they first came out on the PlayStation 2. I've loved this Battlefront series. Thief. I haven't been a fan of the Thief series. I've played 2 of them. They're not really my type of games. I do like stealth games, but I like the previous games, but the new one it looks kind of like weird, and I don't know. With a stealth game, it can be unrealistic, but Thief kind of looks a little fidgety. I don't know. Can't really explain it. But Watch Dogs is another really cool looking thing. I would love. So my top games for the next generation is going to be in order of anticipation. Probably going to be Destiny, The Division, Battlefield 4, and Watch Dogs. Really looking forward to those games. Okay. Alright, next is going to be Gaikai. Gaikai, they haven't really talked about that ever since the February PlayStation conference. They haven't talked much about that, but they did talk. I think they talked enough about it. I would like to know more how they're going to be bringing past generation games to the next generations for cheap. I want to see how cheap those are going to be. And I would love to play some old childhood games. That'd be awesome. Like, I've already bought the Jack and Daxter and some the Sly Cooper series for the PlayStation 3. Had tons of fun with those. Yeah, playing those again, just reliving childhood. But they, I think Gaikai is gonna be really awesome with their social integrations and their like, maybe, I don't know, they might make matchmaking into lobbies quicker, and they could definitely speed up downloads of games, stuff like that. And one thing that I do think the PlayStation 4 has over the Xbox One is its design. Sure, they may look similar, but that little tilt that the PlayStation 4 has, that little slant, goes a long way. It just looks so cool. It looks modern, sharp, the new kind of modern black, sharp-edged, matte black finishes. Those are really cool looking. And the Xbox One, and I know this joke has been made just times and times again. People saying it looks like a VCR. I can agree with that. It does look like a VCR. And it looked like a box. It's a rectangle. The only thing that makes it not a rectangle is a little bitty slash on a corner that it has in the front. If it had that, it'd just be a straight rectangle, and it looked like the stupidest thing ever, which kind of already does. So the PlayStation 4, its release date has been announced at Gamescom Tuesday, and it's going to be November 15th. A little later than I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping it'd be maybe the end of the beginning of October, maybe the end of like the end of October, maybe October 29th, whenever the Battlefield 4 comes out. That would be awesome. And I don't know, and the 29th of November for Europe. Sucks for you. But I'm getting mine on the 19th because I was a little late to pre-order the PlayStation 4. I don't know why. I didn't really have the money, even though I could have just put like went to GameStop and like put down payment on it. But I was lazy, so I didn't. And I'm like 700,000th in line, and out of like 1,200,000 people. The Xbox has not had a release date. I don't know if they did that on purpose to see like when the PlayStation 4 was going to release, so they could release maybe a little bit sooner. A lot of people are saying that it'd be good marketing to do it on the 12th of November because it'd be 11, 12, 13, woohoo, waha. I mean, I really don't see the point in that. I think it's going to be released around the same time as the PlayStation 4, if not later, because the Xbox One, it seems like they got a lot more questions that they need to explain about, and some of their launch date games don't look like they're ready to come out yet. Like some more, like some bugs and stuff like that. So the last subject is going to be Xbox One versus PlayStation 4. This is going to be this little commentary, narration / commentary thing has been totally biased to the PlayStation. By the way. It's just because I've been you can call me a fanboy, I don't care. But I've loved Sony and what they do for their customers. And I know Xbox or Microsoft has turned around, like turned a new leaf. It's like, oh look, we're not really going to do all those bad, really controversial, almost like NSA type stuff. We'll change our policies, but I don't know. That's iffy. I mean, why would they even do it in the first place? See, Sony knows what their customers like. They know what they want. so they get it right. They do it right the first time. They don't have to change their policies. By the way, Gamescom, fantastic jab at Microsoft by Sony. I don't know the exact quote, but it's something like, while others have changed their stories and their policies and stuff like that, Sony has stayed true to what the customers want, stuff like that. And everyone in the crowd's kind of like, oh, burn on Microsoft and stuff like that. And then Microsoft has the audacity to say something about the the PlayStation 4's Sony. It's like they're indie lovers and stuff like that. I don't know the exact quote, but I do know it's in the no. Indie developers, they were like, ooh, I want to be like Sony. And it's, you got no room to talk, Microsoft. You have absolutely no room to talk. You got no indie policy whatsoever. Yes, you have made self-publishing, but originally, no, you couldn't self-publish. And so the majority of the indie developers have been on board with Sony because they know they're gonna be treated right. And if I was an indie developer, I would love to be with Sony because they're doing everything for indie developers, and it's really hard to get off the ground these days. You got so many AAA titles, it's hard advertising. But them being allowed to self-publish from the get-go is awesome. And Xbox One, they came out, they said that before they did the policies, before they once they originally announced it and started leaking out and stuff like that. Excuse me. They said that it's required. That is required for the Xbox to function. So unless they're gonna make some major system layout and maybe even architecture, just some serious changes to the console. But overall, I'm really excited for the PlayStation 4. It's going to be awesome. If you watch this video, if you like this video, give it a like. This is my first time doing this. If you saw any problems with my commentary, stuff like that, just don't be too mean about it. I mean, I can take a little bashing every here and there, but just don't bash me in the comments for one mistake or something like that. But subscribe. I haven't put out videos in a long time just because I didn't really feel like it. Every time I felt like putting out a video, I was like, nah. Because it's when you have to record something, it's just a little different than actually just sitting down and enjoying the game, not having to worry about recording it and stuff like that. And then you got to worry about what you're going to record and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, PlayStation 4, it's going to be awesome. 10 out of 10. PlayStation Nation is going to be the next generation. I made that little rhyme. And the Xbox One, or the Xbox community, I know a lot of people are starting to move over to the PlayStation because of the original incident. And some people are like, well, I'll get both. But honestly, not everybody has enough money to get... Not everyone's going to spend $1,000 buying video game consoles. You're gonna buy one, and you're gonna stick with that one for 4 years, and you're gonna be happy about it. So you better make the right decision. But if you do have enough money to get to, by all means, go at it. Have fun playing some of the exclusives like Titanfall, which I have seen. It looks cool, but not enough for me to switch consoles. And oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog. Also one of the main reasons I'm staying with this PlayStation 4. So again, thanks for watching. Check out my channel, check out some of my friends' channel, and have a nice day.